The quarantine of School 26, of Justice League and the Avengers. The sun had just gone down, and the moon began to glow in the night sky. The stars were bright and twinkling, almost dancing against the navy blue canvas of space. All of the 8th graders were quarantined at School 26 League of Justice. The rooms were locked, Miss Avery's hula hoops were secure, and both Mr. B's hung up their whistles. Juan Costa and Ryan Balboa were quietly reading romantic poetry to Viviana Diaz and Vanessa Ponce Vasquez, and Catherine Fabra was reading Javier Velez Perez's Vibes. Suddenly, the front doors to the courtyard burst open. A bright beam of red light coming from inside the school was dimly lighting the playground and courtyard. Gliding out of the school on their scooters were the superheroes. Superman, aka Brian Technopactical, was scooting like lightning, followed by Spider-Man, aka Matthew Sousa, who was scaling the walls. Wonder Woman, aka Marilyn de Saint Cabrera, who jogged out to the courtyard and exclaimed, "Que pasa?" Hassan Smith rode in on his bicycle with Betsy on the handlebars. Hassan shouted, "Cordell Hinton, you take Tamaya to the prom, because it's Betsy and me forever." But then, Keonce Geronimo soared in on his skateboard and bellowed, "It's too late. Tamaya already said yes to going to the prom with me," to which Cordell replied, "That's fine. I'm taking Tamaya to the beach." Suddenly, from a distance, students dressed in Fortnite costumes were running in. It was Joseph Valdiviso and Jeffrey Murillo. Nearby, Giovanni Cepeda combed his little baby mustache and exclaimed, "I am Gio Cepeda, and Soleo Pineda loves my baby mustache." But Mr. Kumar shouted, "Hey, Gio, save it for later." Then Eddie Cruz pointed to his mustache and said, "I am Eddie Cruz, and this is a real mustache." And in an unprecedented occurrence, Evelyn Flores Lopez and Karen Zuniga actually stopped watching Peppa Pig and noticed the evil villains flying into the courtyard. But Ricardo Matias and Jeffrey Rachmaninoff Agdamaknikov winked at Evelyn and Karen and said, "Don't worry, ladies. We'll take care of you." Suddenly, Karen Mendoza began screaming for help. She was captured by Dr. Octopus's tentacles. Then, a mesmerizing melodious sound could be heard echoing through the courtyard. It was Justin Castillo Vera playing his saxophone. He shouted, "Karen, I'll rescue you." Justin was trying to hypnotize Dr. Octopus with his saxophone, but the evil octopus threw jellyfish at him. That's when Justin hollered, "This rescue business is messing up my hair. I'll have to call my shaggy twin, Omar." But Omar Perez was napping and passing gas under the tree. Then Mrs. Pyrus woke Omar up just to tell him that he's on bathroom ban till 2024. Omar was so mad, he went to the band room to see his girlfriend. Then Dark Phoenix used her telekinetic powers to bend the courtyard gates closed. Isabella Escobar and Sofia Escobar began singing songs from Frozen, and Oscar Castro began singing his 20-minute song about countries. The singing was unstoppable. It caused Dark Phoenix to run away, never to be seen again. Captain Cold was freezing Adriana Mejia, Jocelyn Carranza, Chelsea Alfaro, and Jennifer Gonzalez into one big ice cube. Jennifer said, "Don't worry, Jerium will save us." And Adriana replied, "He's a 7th grade boy. We need an 8th grade man." Then she shouted out, "Adrian! Adrian! Help! Help, Adrian!" And from a 3rd floor window, Adrian Rodriguez popped his head out and screamed out, "I can't help right now. DeMarco took my phone and I can't find it." But then suddenly, School 26 graduate Alexis Torres karate chopped the gigantic ice cube and freed the 8th grade young ladies. Adriana smiled and said, "Lecky, my hero." More villains were closing in. The sky became darker. Batman, aka Jose Ramirez, exclaimed, "We will need more superheroes." He shined his bright bat light onto the sky. Within seconds, the sky was filled with superheroes racing to free School 26 from quarantine. Captain Marvel, aka Catherine Valamata, Aquaman, aka Nicholas Gonzalez, the Hulk, aka Edison Zuniga, and Black Widow, aka Maya Rojas, quickly took action. Over by the basketball net, Valerie Matute screamed, "Alex! Alex, help! Save us, Alex, help!" Alex Coles called out, "Don't worry, Matute. I'll help you, baby, as soon as I'm done teaching Mia my hoop skills." But Mr. Kumar called out to Alex, "Hey, Alex, save it for later." Diamond Perez, Valerie Jimenez, and Judith Morales screamed out, "No more quarantine!" They took off huge chunks of their hair weaves and twirled their weaves above their heads and then whipped them at the villains. Then wild sounds reverberated around School 26. Martian Manhunter was throwing all sorts of School 26 equipment over the gate and onto the street. Things like Mr. Clark's 3D printers, Miss Sapola's tuba, and Mr. Riesig. Martian Manhunter was heading right toward Eric Garcia and Jordan Sevilla. But Eric didn't notice because he was busy texting 3 different girls. And Jordan didn't notice either because he was texting 6 girls. And 3 of those girls were the same girls Eric was texting. You old dog. But Merlin showed up and slapped Eric in the back of the head and said, "Pay attention!" Then groups of 7th grade and 8th grade girls burst onto the courtyard, shouting and giggling while they chased Romeo Pagan. Romeo kept shouting to the girls, "Leave me alone! I'm a one-woman man!" But Valeria Crasales Castano shouted, "Don't believe 'em, girls!" To which Romeo replied, "Well, what can I say? I'm in jazz band." Then Waldy Maria Garcia ran over and shouted, "Yo, Valeria, come on! It's time I teach you how to play soccer." Suddenly, from the rooftop of the library, Jonder Lopez shouted from a megaphone, "We're losing! The evil forces are quarantining too many 8th graders. We need... Then Jonder looked into the sky and screamed, "Ay caramba! Look to the sky, everyone! The ultimate superheroes have arrived!" Zooming down from the starry night sky, in a flying minivan, was Carla Leia's mom. Supergirl, aka Carlea Galman, and Batwoman, aka Amaja Green, parachuted out of the minivan and landed on the climbing wall. Maya Rojas shouted to Amaja, "Do you think the villains will win?" And Amaja replied, "No way. No way." Suddenly, strange muffled screams were coming from the corner. Jixon Salvatierra followed the noise and discovered that the screams were coming from a huge metal laptop cart. Jixon wanted to show off his muscles to Valerie Jimenez, so he pried open the cart with his bare hands, and out popped Priscilla Nunez and Samir Mazumder. Jixon said, "You two are the only ones skinny enough to slip through the bars of the gate and grab the key to unlock the gate and end this quarantine." Samir replied, "Say no more. I've played enough Fortnite to know how to rescue people." Within seconds, Priscilla and Samir slipped through the bars, got the key, and opened the gate. All of the students ran to 7-Eleven for safety, and Slurpees and Takis. But wait, there were still 2 students in the courtyard, beginning to clean up the mess. It was Miguel Ruiz and Brielle Velez, just sweeping and picking up the debris. Why? Because they care. Brielle put her broom down, turned to Miguel and said, "Hello." Miguel replied, "Hola, Brielle." "Oh, yes, hola," she said with a grin. "You know, Brielle, next year in high school, we need to join student government." "Yes, Miguel, student government." Then Miguel's face turned serious as he stated, "We must plan a freshman dance. This is very important." "Of course, a dance," Brielle replied. But why is it so important? Because, Brielle, when I am in high school, I will finally have the nerve to ask you to dance. Brielle was speechless. She could only respond with a skeet. The stars and moon sparkled above them as they gazed into each other's eyes. The end.